Hey guys, welcome to episode number 140 of Ogitoys. This is OG. Glad to be back. I've been gone for a little while from YouTube. I've made a video quite some time. I battled a pretty bad case of bronchitis, was really sick. There's no way I was going to make a video with the cough and hacking and my voice being the way it was. So I'm finally healthy and looking forward to doing some more reviews for you guys. And what we're going to do today is the DC Collectibles New 52 Justice League Superman. I have been dying to get this figure for such a long time. Actually, a lot of these figures. The Flash has come out, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Darkseid, Parademon, of course, Flash. All these figures are out. They even did a full 7-pack of the core Justice League lineup with a couple different head sculpts on certain figures and some accessories not included as well, which kind of sucks. But this guy here, I had to make sure I got a single carded version because he definitely has a different head sculpt than the 7-pack, which I will show you guys later on. I don't have it here with me right now, but in the next while I'll be having it. But I'll do a comparison with some other Superman figures I've got in my massive DC Direct collection. But we'll talk about this guy here. This is Superman from the New 52. Radical departure in the costume. Huge, huge departure. You know, no more red underwear. He's got this kind of tech-looking armor for his suit, and that spandex material, which will look like spandex from the comic books, is definitely gone. And with the new Superman Man of Steel movie coming out this summer, it's awesome to get this interpretation of Superman. It's probably the closest thing we're going to get for now to that new, really designed Superman costume we're going to see in the movie this summer. But let's take a closer look at this figure. Now, the figure itself is impressive. The sculpted details on this guy is unbelievable. And as you can see, he has all these little tech lines going throughout his entire costume. Major ab work here. It's almost like armor plating throughout the entire costume. And what I really like about this Superman figure, of course, is this head sculpt. It's kind of got this smirk like, is that all you got? If you can cock his head a little bit, like, really? That's all you got? It's just an awesome looking head sculpt. They did a fantastic job on it. Definitely inspired by Jim Lee, of course, who did a lot of the redesigns on the Justice League characters. Your core lineup of DC superheroes like Batman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, The Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman. In this figure, it's definitely one of my favorite versions of Superman, without a doubt. And we'll flip him over. He's got a soft rubber cape, and it's awesome that he has the black S right on there. His chest, now of course, isn't painted on. It's not a DC Universe figure, which has almost all their details just painted on, which totally sucks. But this here, all sculpted detail. The belt has a sculpted detail. And this chest with the S, the new Superman logo, it definitely is a raised sculpt, not painted on. You can feel the texture on it. And it's just an awesome looking figure. Take a look at the boots. Definitely a departure from the old style of Superman. It's got a lot going on with the boots. And if you flip them up here, it's got no special grip or anything like that, which we saw in some of the other Batman figures in the past. But he does have a peg for a stand, which unfortunately is not included in this figure. No stands. It's a shame. But this is an amazing looking figure. Now, attention to detail, of course, is awesome. And of course, with DC Collectibles, DC Direct, articulation isn't as paramount as the sculpt. And for myself, I really appreciate the sculpt. Don't really play around with the figures too much. They stay in my bookshelf, and that's about it. But they look awesome. That's the most important thing. But for articulation, he does have a really good ball-jointed head. You can get some pretty cool movement, even to the side as well. So you can get him in some pretty cool poses. He does have ball-jointed shoulders, but the limited range of movement on this guy, I don't want to force it too much because I don't want to break it. But, man, it is not going out too far. He does have a bicep cut with a swivel. He has a pin at the elbow, nothing in the wrist, nothing, of course, in the chest or the waist. He has a regular T-crotch with limited articulation in the leg, a pin at the knee, and nothing in the boot. Now, a lot of people were going, oh, man, what the hell? I want my Superman figure articulate the DC Universe. Yeah, you know what? I kind of would too, but they're nowhere near they're not going to touch this guy's sculpt. And I'm afraid when I did see that DC Universe New 52 Superman figure, I was really disappointed. I couldn't bring myself to get it even at 40% off, which was, it was like about 22 bucks, I think, and 40% off of that, I still couldn't bring myself to buy it. It just sucked. Didn't have the character that this figure has and the styling. Now let's take a closer look at the box and the packaging. It's your standard box, which we've seen in the other DC figures. Now we'll just kind of pan up a little bit. So we got some Lego in the background. Just move that over there. And you can see we got a little bio on Superman there. This comic superstar Jeff Johns and Jim Lee make history. When enemies from a distant galaxy threaten his adopted planet, Superman joins forces with the world's greatest heroes, collect them all. And then you got a bit of a description there, and visuals of all the characters that are available in the wave. And then on the side of the box, you got the Superman silhouette in the blue. Front of the box, you got this really nice blue stripe throughout the package. And of course, every figure has, the color-coded combinations for their respective color. Like Aquaman has the orange on his box. Flash has the red, Green Lantern, green, and then you got a pic of the figure on the side. So it's pretty basic, but it's classic, clean, and it just looks really good on your shelf too, if you want to keep them in the package. So, with Superman here, without a stand, I'm going to show you some of my other DC Direct Superman figures, which I love. This is some of the figures. I'll show a couple of them. Now, this guy here is a custom. And, of course, this is from the Justice League of America Superman, or series that came out, quite a few years ago. It didn't come with this stand. This is a couple extra stands I've had. But I really like the sculpt in the body. It was designed more or less after Ed Bynes, who was the artist at the time of the relaunch of Justice League of America. But I didn't care for the head sculpt too much. So what I did is swap out a Hush Superman figure. Swapped out the Jim Lee style head. And what's cool, he's got the heat vision going on. It's got the alien red eyes. Just looks really imposing and it fit on this head. The head fit on the body perfectly. Didn't have to customize, didn't have to do any cutting, any of that crap. And it just worked out awesome. I really like the way the figure turned out. Super cool. Now, this is probably my second favorite Superman. And this is from the Superman Batman comic book series based on Evan Van Schneider's work. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Artwork. And man, this guy is just ripped, massive. He just looks really imposing. Of course, this is the way Superman should be. He's not a wimp. He's one of the strongest characters in the DC universe, and he just looks awesome. Great head sculpt as well, and of course, this entire piece came right off, and he had an alien head that goes on top. Can't really find it, and I didn't really care for it anyways, but it was integral to the comic book series, so it's cool that they added it in. But man, I just wanted this figure, and it's just another brilliant, classic-looking Superman figure. You might be able to find this guy in your local comic book shop if you're really lucky. But I'd probably hit eBay if you're looking for this guy. And if you're looking to build this guy, good luck finding that Superman, that Hush Superman. He is extremely hard to find and pretty expensive. So these are just a couple of my Supermans that I really like. And I want to compare them because they're the most classic versions of Superman. And when you put this guy in the middle, it's definitely a different take on the Superman costume and the mythos. And what do you guys think? Leave me some comments. Let me know. I was really not too crazy about the redesigned costume, but the way the new 52 is going, I don't mind it. It's kind of grown on me. The Superman comic, I thought it was pretty cool in Action Comics when Superman just had a t-shirt, blue jeans, work boots. I hope they make that figure, so that would be pretty cool to see. Hopefully down the road, DC Collectibles will get some more of these figures coming out. And what's interesting to note, these figures are kind of sporadic. They're not grouped in one full assortment like we're used to, at least, 4-figure assortment, 5-figure sometimes, or it's 6 even with the Arkham City stuff that we're getting. But this is straight 1 figure per month or every 2 months, and finally we got pretty much the entire wave, the entire Justice League villain, Darkseid, Parademon, everybody's out, plus the awesome 7-figure box set. So I just wanted to show you comparisons. and give you my overall impression of what Superman is like throughout the ages, and available to you from DC Collectibles, DC Direct. What do I think of the figure? It's awesome. Without a doubt, I'm really impressed with the figure, the sculpt. The articulation could be a bit better, but if you're a long-time DC Collectible, DC Direct fan like I am, articulation is fine, and you're kind of used to it. It's the sculpt that makes this guy an absolute must-have. And if you're thinking of getting the 7-pack, still get this guy, because you definitely want the alternate head sculpt, and he'll look cool on your shelf with, you know, some of the other figures if you keep him in the package as well. So there you go, guys. Pick this guy up. You're not going to be disappointed. And if you haven't, check out the new Man of Steel trailer. The movie looks absolutely kick-ass. It's going to be awesome. And there you go. Thanks so much for watching. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. We got some more cool vids coming up real soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.